afternoon. I, Swati Mehta.
And I, Shri Priya Gopinath.
Welcome you to On Record.
First, let's take a quick look at the headlines.
Voters demand negative voting option on the ballot paper.
The week-long strike by central government doctors and paramedics comes to an end.
Students salute Mumbai terror martyrs.
Indian art market gets a reality check.
Now the news in detail. To exercise your voting rights but not for the mentioned candidate is called negative voting, a growing demand this election. Devina Sengupta reports.
Come May and the country will be grappling with the root of its democracy, the elections. The Mumbai attacks have changed the voter percentage in India. However, criminalization of politics, complete apathy towards the voters have made the demand for negative voting.
Honestly, I'm not into politics much, I don't know. But what I've heard about the parties, I'm not too keen on any one of them. So I think it's a good idea. So, at least I'm voting. That's what matters.
And I feel that it's actually just the vote that counts. And I don't see why it isn't a good option.
So अभी तक तो दिखने में कोई भी नहीं आया जो देश के लिए काम कर रहा है, जो भी कर रहा है वो खुद के लिए कर रहा है, ऐसा लगता है जो इसलिए किसी को वोट करना चाहिए ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है हमको.
The People's Union for Civil Liberties have requested for the right to cast negative vote. This, especially after assets and criminal records of past candidates have come to the fore.
मेरे हिसाब से तो नहीं होना चाहिए मैडम.
क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए आपको लगता है?
क्योंकि अगर स्टूडेंट अभी जो जनरेशन है अभी अगर निगेटिव करे तो अच्छे या बुरे लोगों में से कोई तो एक आना चाहिए अच्छा, इसलिए अच्छा लोग जो अच्छा है वो आना चाहिए. अगर नेगेटिव वोटिंग करेंगे तो मतलब अच्छा तो नहीं आएगा लेकिन बुरा ही आ सकता है.
Article 19 of the Constitution states that one should have complete information of the candidate, but in India that is still not applicable. This demand by the PUCL bench has created chaos in the ministries. If allowed, voters do not have to vote for parties due to lack of options. However, there could be problem of reduced voting and non-participatory elections.
Political parties are divided over the issue of negative voting. It is an ironical struggle between democracy and the freedom of expression. Negative voting would mean lesser participation in the formation of government. But the past records have shown that each candidate has same records as the other. Whatever happens, the loss is always of the little man. From the election office in Pune, with camera person Swati Mehta, this is Devina Sengupta for On Record.
The week-long strike by central government doctors and paramedics came to an end today with the Health Ministry agreeing to higher patient care allowance and other demands. Our correspondent Julie Merin-Verghese reports.
Government dispensaries around the city of Pune are once again crowded with patients after a gap of nearly a week. Though not all the demands of the protesting employees have been met, the nationwide strike has been called off with immediate effect.
Employees of the central government health scheme all over India were on an indefinite strike since the 23rd of February this year. In Pune city alone, there are 7 dispensaries under the scheme which cater to government employees, current and ex-MPs and also pensioners.
Well, I am a patient of blood pressure and any other minor disease problem if I have, I come. Yes, I did come last week. But that time due to strike, they told me to come after 1 week. So I have come today to see whether the medicines are being distributed.
According to the authorities of the central government health scheme in Pune, the patient care allowance of Rs 690, which the paramedical staff and other class 4 employees earn, is not sufficient enough. The 6th Pay Commission, however, has ruled that patient care allowance should be withdrawn completely and replaced with a minimum risk insurance.
The main demand of our agitation, of our strike, is that we should get PCA at par with the nurses. Our leader, convener Ram Kishan, who is the convener of the Confederation, who is stationed in Delhi, they arrested him. Till now he is detained and he is put in Tihar jail. The government was very adamant. They said, unless and until you withdraw your strike, they will not give bail. So we were forced to withdraw the strike due to the adamant and negative attitude of few officers who are there in Delhi. But for us, this is a big victory. We participated in the strike, and now the government have accepted that they will give PCA to us, and they have not withdrawn it.
Though the strike is off for the time being, the possibility of yet another protest is not unlikely given the circumstances under which this strike was called off. In Pune, with camera person Shri Priya Gopinath, this is Julie Marin-Vergis reporting for SIMC's On Record.
It has been 3 months since terror struck Mumbai, but the memories are still afresh. Hundreds of students across the city gathered at the College of Engineering to pay homage to the martyrs of the Mumbai terror attacks. Shruti Upadhyay brings you the story.
The student community of the Oxford of the East, Pune city, have joined hands for a noble cause. Students from all across Pune city have come together to pay a tribute to the martyrs of the Mumbai terror attacks.
Unique for the first time in the city of Pune. All the educational institutions have come close and doing something which is a very rather, it is not something very great we are doing, but I think it is very, very necessary that, we are felicitating all the martyrs' family members, and we are showing that yes, we all as a country, we are with you. And why this effort again, can we create one kind of social belongingness in our student community? Yes, we have concerns for India has such a great history. We have concern for each other, and somewhere, sometimes we require these ceremonial activities by which some kind of patriotic feeling can be imbibed in the student community.
Educational institutions have gathered to salute the unsung heroes by felicitating their weeping yet proud families. The closest kins of all 16 martyrs are being honored. Here, at Air Vatan Tere Liye, not only are the families of martyrs being presented with mementos, but they are also being given a platform to express their feelings.
आज 26 फरवरी को हम जो ये प्रोग्राम करने जा रहे हैं, ये 26 नवंबर को बॉम्बे में जो टेररिस्ट अटैक हुआ उस दुर्घटना की निंदा करने के लिए है, और इसके साथ ही युवकों को राष्ट्र के एकात्मता की भावना को जगाने के लिए है.
Even after 3 months since the Mumbai terror attacks, it won't be fair to say that all is completely forgotten. And the fact that thousands of educational institutions have come together to sensitize the youth about national integration and to express solidarity with the families of the martyrs go on to prove that it is indeed our moral responsibility to at least acknowledge the families of these unsung heroes. With camera person Julie Marin-Vergis, this is Shruti Upadhyay for On Record.
Recession has sure cast its ugly shadow on all sectors, and this time it's the art market. But the downturn comes in full circle for this market. Chaiti finds out how.
Last year, Indian artists sold from anywhere between 5 to 10 crore Indian rupees. But the going seems to be far from picture perfect now.
The US is in recession and has been for a while. India is a little depressed and will be for a while. So what does all this have to do with art? Plenty if you go by the recently concluded Saffron Art auction in Mumbai. Many Indian artists didn't sell, and the ones that did couldn't meet their reserve prices. And that's your cue if you're looking to de-risk your art portfolio and acquire some alternative assets that fetch comparatively high returns in the long run.
My paintings have taken a slight dip. The percentage of my paintings in prices have dropped. People don't have the disposable income anymore, and they're not willing to give art a second chance. So yes, definitely all the art funds and artists that I'm familiar with have dropped their prices, and in fact, on the contrary, this is actually a good time for people to buy art because they would certainly buy it a whole lot cheaper than they would with an art boom.
The Art Tactic Index is the most tracked Indian art index. Unfortunately for Indian artists, galleries and art funds, the art market confidence indicator of this index is showing a 57% drop from the year 2007. And indices across the board reveal that there is an overall dip in the contemporary art market bracket between 20 to 30% as well.
Connoisseurs like me are also diversifying in buying their art, and I would invest in print right now, print art, because that is a lot more cheaper. I would say about 70% cheaper than contemporary art.
While it's the modern art market that remains unscathed due to the financial meltdown because people buy modern art out of accumulated wealth and not out of current earnings, it is just the contemporary world that is going through a period of self-correction now. So it seems obviously advisable at the moment to retain your contemporaries and sell your modern.
In Pune, Chaiti for On Record.
That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you. And for more news and information, log on to www.onrecord.com.